Hi guys, this is John, and this is my E150 that I did a front end conversion on. This is a 01 with like a I think an 18 front end. But everything was basically like bolt on and bolt off for the most part, and you know, if you're just getting into it, you know, you basically start at the headlights, at the turn signal, and you just work yourself in and everything opens up. And but putting it all back together, you know, you're gonna have to make a mount for this. That bolt's on there. I think these are the only two bolts that don't line up. I've saw people like put boxes, like build up boxes and weld them. I'm gonna bolt it, you know, with like a spacer and make a little bracket there. And I've been seeing a lot of people having problems with like mounting their hood hinges. They're making all these like crazy brackets and stuff, but when you buy the parts off the van, if you ask for this, everything bolts right up. And another thing is everyone's saying you need to get a new cable. You know, I'm sure you could get one if you want, but all I did was I used the stock one, and the stock one's fastened with a screw, and I just cut around that with some diagonals, and it's like perfect length. They were saying it was too short because the gap was too short, and I just took out some of that plastic and made up for it, and I put one strap to like keep it in place because it's, you know, it's not gonna wobble around now. Works pretty good. And this is where I'm at on it. And you know, I basically just have to put the grill in because like I didn't have these clips, and Advanced Auto doesn't carry them, so I actually matched them up with some GM ones that I'm gonna end up using. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is going to be the next thing I work on, is rewiring the headlights, because I got these ones. So see you on the next video. All right, I figured I'd cover this too. For this cooler, I made these mounts out of aluminum. You know, just cut and drilled them. Was able to use the stock bolt holes there and there, and this I just it didn't line up with the old one, so I self-tapered a screw into there. But everything is like solid, you know. This thing isn't going nowhere, like what everybody would say. All right, next video I'll be explaining on how to wire up these headlights. All right, after a couple tries, I finally got it all figured out. So your running light and your headlight, the running lights is purple, your low beam is this white blue, and then that gets tied into a red black, and then your high beam is a yellow purple that gets tied into like a green black, and then both of your grounds just go to the black. And then for this, for the turn signal, all I did was I chopped this one off and then wired this one straight in. And you know, you could go color for color, so this would be your black, your brown to purple, and then your green to blue for your turn signal on this side. And the colors are different on the passenger side, and I'm missing a pigtail, so I have to get that before I can finish the headlights on this side. But for the passenger turn signal, This is the color variation. White to yellow, brown to purple, black to black. Thing I forgot to mention is you have to drill a hole, and you could put a riv nut or just a bolted nut with a spacer. That's what I did. And this is how you do the passenger side for wiring it up. Okay, that's your ground, your negative. That gets tied to your other grounds, both blacks. That goes to your running light and your headlight. So those both are tied in on the same, as you can see. And for the, what is this, turn signal, okay, you got white, brown, black, and that's how you have to connect them to make them work. Now with all this being done, I'm gonna tape it up. I'm gonna use some rubber tape and electrical tape, and next video the whole van will be together. Yeah, the conversion is done now. Headlights are all installed. Not too bad. Look at the body line. It's not bad at all. I ended up using the core support out of the e150 for this for the hood latch to bolt to. Didn't have to make no extra mounts, and that's a stock cable. I just had to shorten up the tip. Works pretty good. This tray I self-tappered on there, and it's everything's all done now. The van was totaled, and now I gotta figure out why the wheel is a little bit further back. So that's next journey, but that's where we're at.